guys know now who won.
Okay.
Drum roll.
Okay.
And the winner is Caitlin Clark.
Angel Reese is listed as day-to-day, again, and if you've followed her journey, you know that phrase can mean anything. Last season, it was a wrist injury that quietly ended it all. This time, it's a back issue, vague, unexplained. But here's where it gets interesting. The Chicago Sky, they've been thriving in her absence, winning more, playing looser, almost like something shifted. Meanwhile, across the league, Caitlin Clark is doing what she always does, breaking records. Even with a real injury holding her back, she's courtside, locked in, fighting with her team for every inch of that playoff dream. So, you have to ask, is Angel really hurt? Or is this the most predictable vanishing act the WNBA has ever seen? And what about that moment when she was caught walking out on her team? The headlines called it quitting, the internet called it humiliating. Some fans think this is just another Reese PR spin, another move in a long game of image over impact. If you're one of them, you know what to do. Fire the baby giraffe in the comments. Let's unpack it.
Sure will be a big first step for me, but it's just one step for the WNBA. Thanks to all the great players like Cheryl Swoops, Lisa Leslie, Cynthia Cooper, the great Dawn Staley, and my best.
Angel Reese is day-to-day again, and fans can already predict how this will play out. Same vague injury updates, same vanishing from the lineup, and the same suspicious timing right when things aren't going well for Chicago. We've seen this before, last year. It was a wrist injury said to be a serious fracture followed by surgery supposedly needed to prevent arthritis before she even hit her mid-20s. Just like that, her season was over. No slow comeback, no late push to finish. Strong just done.
This is wild. WNBA All-Star Weekend. It's supposed to be the star of all stars. All the big dogs is out. Asia Wilson, Sabrina Ionescu, Brianna Stewart, everybody's out. The big dogs are out. You got the rookie, you got Angel Reese, Miss Me Too. All of the stars are here. And look at this news. The get-in price for the WNBA All-Star Game in Indianapolis has dropped 48% from $121 to just $64 after news broke that Caitlin Clark won't be playing. Uh-oh.
And now, the sequel, a mysterious back injury, arriving right on cue. No clear timeline, no honest explanation, just another sudden detour right when the team needs her most. Zoom in on the schedule, and the pattern starts to take shape. The losses begin to stack, the noise gets louder, and just as the pressure starts to boil, she vanishes. No jersey, no sideline presence, nothing. By now, it's practically routine. 1 week it's day-to-day, the next, she's out indefinitely. So, what is it really? Just another stroke of bad luck, or a pattern that's been hiding in plain sight all along?
5 games with the injury, the quad, keeping Caitlin Clark on the sidelines. But Trevor, she was back today for...
But here's the strangest part. She didn't even make the trip to Indianapolis for a game against the Fever. A game that's supposed to be the marquee matchup. The showdown everyone circles on their calendar. This is the league's self-declared it girl, skipping out on the WNBA's biggest rivalry. And yet just a few weeks earlier there she was, right back in Indiana for the All-Star game, front and center, flashing smiles for the cameras, soaking in the spotlight, even pulling a little stunt, claiming she took over Caitlin Clark's trap dot so the back works just fine when the lights are on and the attention's flowing, but when it's time to actually face Clark on the court, suddenly, she's nowhere to be seen. And fans are starting to connect the dots, one by one.
Story we have been following throughout the past 2 days surrounds the superstar herself, Caitlin Clark, the WNBA star, the Indiana Fever star, Caitlin Clark. She's going to miss all the action on the court.
2 seasons, 2 injuries. And somehow, both arrive right when the conversation around her game hits rock bottom. Each time. Just as the heat turns up, poof, she's gone. No chance to prove she can fight through the slump. No opportunity to rewrite the narrative. Just silence and a sudden exit stage left. Lay those timelines side by side. And what looks like bad luck to some starts to feel like something else entirely. And here's the part that really stops people in their tracks. The moment she's out of the lineup, the team starts to look, well, like an actual team. Cohesive, hungry, focused. At that point, it stops feeling like an unfortunate coincidence and starts sounding a lot more like, "You've got to be kidding me."
We shall never know peace, at least when it comes to the WNBA space. It was this ad that Angel put out, and I don't know if this is part of a larger campaign where it's going to be similar themes in similar places, but because of where the WNBA All-Star Game is, and because of who plays on the Indiana Fever in the home city of the WNBA All-Star Game, it's going to raise some eyebrows.
The skies record. It tells a very different story than the marketing does. Angel Reese is pushed as the face of the franchise, the rising star, the cornerstone. But the numbers don't lie. When she's not on the court, the team plays cleaner, sharper, they win, and it's not just a fluke night or two. There's a clear shift. The sloppy losses, the ones that bury teams at the bottom of the standings, suddenly disappear. When she's out, that's not what you want from your franchise player. And then there's Indiana. A game without Caitlin Clark should have been Chicago's shot, but instead, Lexi Hull steps in, drops 17, finishes plus 22, and leads the Fever to another win. It wasn't even close. That's now multiple losses to the same team, with or without Clark. Meanwhile, Indiana plays in rhythm. Boston, Mitchell, Cunningham, Hull. Everyone knows their role. Nobody's forcing shots to protect a narrative. Nobody's chasing a camera. They're just playing basketball.
The NBA's All-Star game went down 36%. That is a lot. That's more than a third from last year. Last year was over 3.4 million people, and it went down to 2.1. Now, you could say is a success. Yeah, for women's sport, that's still a lot of people. But at the same time, it really isn't a success, because think about it. It's the only sport playing. It's the only game that's going. And you only could draw, right?